This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the Arizona Cardinals and the number 10 overall pick, Josh Rosen from UCLA, do battle with Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. With that, we're out to Arrowhead for the call from Kansas City. We'll hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. A minute ago, Arrowhead was rocking. The offense led out by All-Pro tight end Travis Kelce as the Chiefs get set to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And, Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. He juked him. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Underneath for Johnson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now it's Rosen, eluding the pressure right. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter if they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Screen play, Johnson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence. It allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up. First and 10 at their own 26. Mahomes now to throw. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Mahomes going to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. The first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Robert Kimdichie, we've heard about him since high school. How about that total package of power, speed, and agility?
Yeah, he was widely thought of as the best high school product his senior year, wasn't he?
Yeah, and Ole Miss was really happy to get him. And how about that play he just did there? Welcome to the NFL, young man.
So just a lone field goal in this first quarter of play. But likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. On fourth down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Christian Kirk deep to return it. This will be fielded at the 17. Spinning away. A second nice move. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over first and 10. The Arizona Cardinals, CD, just not having the year that they did a year ago. And not that last year was great or momentous, but they were 8-8 in 2017.
That seems pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, in the first half this year, they were 2-6, and some underwhelming losses in there as well.
Yeah, how about them getting shut out at Los Angeles? How about that Thursday night game against Denver, where it felt like every time they took a snap and tried to throw a pass, Von Miller sacked someone. That's what it felt like throughout that ball game. But I do think they have something to build on with Josh Rosen at quarterback, because they came from, 15 down to win their ball game against the San Francisco 49ers. Their 2 wins, both against the Niners. Maybe Josh Rosen can get things going in the second half of the year.
And is that what they look for the rest of the season? If you get Josh Rosen ready for 2019, maybe it's a success?
I think so, because at 2-6 right now, you have to find your successes in other ways than trying to win ball games and win divisions.
On second down, Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And Fitzgerald has got it. Touchdown, Cardinals. Larry Fitzgerald, 26 yards. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. That's one of those touchdown tosses where if it's an inch to the right or left, it's not a touchdown. He had to put it right on the money.
Yeah, and how did he do that? Everything around him, everything swirling, all the coverage downfield. Somehow he spotted the opening and put it right there.
Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Ball going back over to Kansas City. And thinking about their game last week against Cleveland, a couple guys, good homecoming games. Travis Kelce, Kareem Hunt, both from Cleveland and played well.
Did you know Superman was created in Cleveland?
I did not, but you know everything, so you can be lying. I'll just take your word for it.
Oh, it's real. No,
okay.
This one's real. Superman was created there, and these guys did their best impression, didn't they? Because Travis Kelce caught 2 touchdown passes. Kareem Hunt had 2 on the ground and 1 through the air, and they laid it on Cleveland and showed the hometown fans they've still got it.
Yeah, and now Kansas City 8-1, still rolling. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
A good pickup there at 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mahomes now on 1st down. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A first trip to the red zone for KC. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Now it's Mahomes again. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now they're staring at a 4th down as Arizona's defense does its job.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow Incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
So out now come the Cardinals. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, Charles, we got a second here. Let's do an MVP check-in right now at this point in the season. Is Patrick Mahomes your headliner?
He is for me. Look, second-year playing, 1 start as a rookie, and what he's done so far, it's been absolutely spectacular. Magnificent consistency. Hasn't had any real...
David Johnson on his way. The 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, 75 yards. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Dawson tacks on the point after, and the lead is now 17-3. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Green, 90.
Mahomes now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Ready, blue 45.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Chandler Jones able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
It's been such an impressive first half to get that lead. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41. And the kick by Butker is good. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. Mahomes now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue.
Now Mahomes. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Blue 45.
This is Hunt. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Now here's Mahomes. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. Let's see, as we look forward, get closer and closer to the postseason, what do you think if you had to pick the Super Bowl teams right now, who would you take?
Let me start in the NFC. And I think that the Rams and New Orleans seem to have separated a little bit right now. They seem to be the prime two teams. But I'm looking
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the...
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. 72 yards. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now Hunt. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Tackle made by Antoine Bethea.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Mahomes now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue.
On the run, this is Hunt. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made by Marcus Golden.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go now. Green 90.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Ready. Green 39.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Johnson jostles free. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other...
And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. Josh Rosen, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals turning that interception into a touchdown. Now Rosen will lead him up here to go for 2. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that. And he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here's Rosen to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. That'll bring up second down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 15 and a first.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Open man is Kirk, complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. This may be a free play here for Rosen. His throw caught at about the 5. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Green 90. Green 90.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, and oh, it's blocked. It's picked up a live ball here, remember. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
So even when they get a touchdown in this game, which hasn't really been a stellar contest for them, they can't even cap it off and kick the extra point.
Yeah, just not a whole lot going right for them in this game.
I know that when they get into film, this is going to be Exhibit A about how this game went for this team. Oh, we finally score. Can't even kick the extra point.
And now let's look at David Johnson. Responsible for well over 100 yards of total offense, but still hasn't found the end zone. You think that's in the back of his mind going into this drive?
It's always in the back of the mind.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Chris Jones in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Oh, Rosen's going to throw it. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. On 3rd down, Rosen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
They're going on 4th down. Rosen flushed out right. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Rosen. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Fitzgerald's got it right side. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And Rosen's actually going to throw it here. Flush to his right. Got some room at the 30. And he finds Fitzgerald. And all the way up to the 37-yard line. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8. To be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Rosen on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So they'll take the and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Automatic 1st down.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Now Rosen looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And